Hello. Well, I want to say something about yoga and karma yoga, which is a branch of yoga that you might be familiar with. And I feel like it's a very important way of practicing yoga in our everyday life. So karma yoga is often referred to as work yoga or service yoga. And it's that way of practicing yoga in our everyday lives where we show up with intention and purpose and with loving kindness for each other in our lives. So this can be about showing up for a job or showing up for a volunteer activity that you give yourself to. It's a way that we show up with intention, meaning that we're mindful of how we interact with others. We're mindful of what we say, and we're also aware and mindful of our bodies in that space too, and how we move with intention within that space. So yoga is really a practice that can be off the mat as well as on the mat. And the reason I invite you to subscribe to my yoga classes is that I work with women of a certain age, women over 50, over 60, 70, 80, 90, and I really hope that a big part of the classes and my guiding you, teaching you in this yoga practice is about showing up with intention in all parts of your life. So when you show up on your yoga mat and you practice the asana work with me, the movements, the breath work with me, it's also practice for showing up in other ways in your life, off the mat. You know, when we go through difficult times, when we're struggling with grief and loss and transitions and maybe things that are out of our control in our life, leaning into that uncertainty can be very painful and very unpredictable. But when we practice this on a regular basis and we show up with a mindful curiosity and we're able to let go of some of that control and hanging on, letting go of perfection of a situation, and just allowing ourselves to be present in that moment, whether it's on our mat as we're moving through the flow of a yoga vinyasa, or off our mat when we're talking to our neighbors or going into our communities. How are we showing up? How do we want to show up in our life? So I invite you to click and subscribe to my classes. $25 a month, you get a new class every Wednesday, and there's other subscriptions available too, and of course my wonderful Wise Women Warrior program, which is so transformative in supporting you in overcoming grief and loss in your life. Thank you.